Welcome students. In the last session we discussed about what are the properties of magnetic materials. Okay. Now today's session based on those properties how the materials can be classified. Okay. Now see the properties of magnetic materials. Once again we recall what are the properties. First property is magnetization. What is the magnetization? Magnetization is net magnetic dipole moment per unit volume can be called as the magnetization. And next one is magnetic intensity. What is the magnetic intensity? Magnetic intensity is nothing but the change of the magnetic field with respect to the permeability. So the magnetic intensity is nothing but change of the magnetic field with respect to the permeability. Okay. Next, third property is susceptibility. Susceptibility is always given the ability of the magnetism, means how the material get magnetized and how much it gets magnetized, that will explained by the susceptibility. Next one is permeability. What is the permeability? Permeability is the ability of the magnetic field of magnetic material. Okay, so these are the four properties. Based on these four properties the materials can be classified. So that depend upon the magnetic properties, the materials can be classified in three ways. The first one is diamagnetic material, the second one is paramagnetic material, third one is ferromagnetic materials. Okay, now in today's lesson we are going to study about dia, para and ferromagnetic materials and what are the examples for the diamagnetic, paramagnetic and ferromagnetic materials, and also we discuss about the Curie temperature, means the temperature at which the ferromagnetic materials can change it into para, or paramagnetic materials can be changed into diamagnetic materials. Okay, so that is known as Curie temperature. So in this class session we are also discussing about that Curie temperature also. Now we are going to discuss about one by one, that is dia, para and ferromagnetic materials, and what are the examples for those dia, para and ferromagnetic materials. Now see the diamagnetic materials. The diamagnetic materials individual constitute, means if you take a diamagnetic material that does not have any magnetic moment in their own, so inside of that magnetic material there is no magnetic moment will be there. So if you take a diamagnetic material individually, so without applying any magnetic field, then it does not having any magnetic properties, that is it does not consist any magnetic moment of their own. That type of materials can be called as a diamagnetic material. Okay, now when the second point is when this magnetic diamagnetic material is placed in an external magnetic field, then it forms a small magnetic momentum which is produced, but it is opposite to the external magnetic field. Okay, see here, whenever this diamagnetic material is placed in a external magnetic field, it produces a magnetic moment, means it form the magnetic material, but that magnetic moment is opposite to the external magnetic field. Whenever that magnetic moment is opposite to the external magnetic field, then that will be repel. Due to that reason it is magnetized very small, means it magnetized very less. That type of material can be called as a diamagnetic material. So in this the important property is the magnetic field lines, external magnetic field lines are there. When you consider that magnetic field lines, these magnetic field lines do not pass through that diamagnetic material. See the diagram. There I consider a specimen, a diamagnetic material. When the diamagnetic material is placed in the magnetic field, the external magnetic field, but the field lines are not passing through that material. Why? Because the dipole moment of the diamagnetic material is formed opposite. Due to that reason, both can be repel. So hence the external field lines are not passing through the magnetic material. Those are passing outside. So which is shown in that diagram. Okay. And another important property is magnetic susceptibility of diamagnetic material is always negative. See here the diamagnetic material does not get magnetized, so it is repelled by the external magnetic field. Due to that reason, the magnetic susceptibility of the diamagnetic material is always negative. When susceptibility is negative, we know that permeability is mu r is equal to 1 plus susceptibility. Here susceptibility negative means the magnetic permeability become less than 1, because mu r is equal to 1 minus xm. So here due to that reason the permeability is less than 1. So these are the properties of diamagnetic materials. See the properties of diamagnetic materials once again. That is, individual constituent do not have the magnetic moment of their own, means it does not consist its own magnetic moment. And next one is, second point is, when external magnetic field is applied, a small dipole moment is formed, but the dipole moment is always opposite to the external magnetic field. Okay, due to that reason the both are repel each other, and that material cannot become a magnet. And next one is the field lines. When you observe the field lines through the diamagnetic materials, they cannot pass. The field lines are always moving away from that diamagnetic materials. No field lines can pass through the diamagnetic materials. And after that, important point, magnetic susceptibility. The magnetic susceptibility of diamagnetic materials is always negative. And permeability of diamagnetic material is always less than 1. See the next one, paramagnetic materials. Here the paramagnetic materials, they constitute their own magnetic moments. Means when you take the paramagnetic materials, inside that materials, without applying any external magnetic field, they have their own magnetic dipoles. Okay, now the second point is, whenever this material is placed in external magnetic fields, their dipoles are aligned along the magnetic field. So whenever we are observing in the diamagnetic materials, the dipoles are aligned opposite, so they can repel. Hence the field lines cannot pass through the diamagnetic materials. But whereas in paramagnetic material, when it is placed in a magnetic field, the dipoles are aligned along the magnetic field. So due to that reason, the magnetic field lines are passed through the specimen as shown in the figure. So see the diagram, the red lines are represent the magnetic field lines. Those field lines are passing through that specimen whenever it is a paramagnetic material. The susceptibility of the paramagnetic material is greater than 1, that is positive, and which is greater than 1. See previous we have the diamagnetic material. The diamagnetic material, the susceptibility is negative, whereas paramagnetic material, the susceptibility is positive. Remember, the susceptibility of paramagnetic material is positive. Next, permeability. The permeability of the magnetic material, here susceptibility positive means mu r is equal to 1 plus chi m. So here magnetic susceptibility is also positive. Due to that reason, the magnetic permeability is always greater than 1. So that is mu r is greater than 1. We know that mu r is equal to mu by mu naught. So from that we can write mu is greater than mu naught. The meaning of that one is, permeability of the material is greater than the permeability of free space. Due to that reason, the material gets magnetized. Once again, see the properties of paramagnetic materials. That is, individual constituent have net magnetic moment of their own. So they individually have their magnetic dipole moment. Means it already have the dipole moments. Whenever it is, second point is, whenever it is placed in a magnetic field, then the dipoles are, individual dipoles are aligned along the magnetic field, and due to that reason the material can be magnetized. And next, third point is, the magnetic field lines are passing through the paramagnetic material. And fourth point is, magnetic susceptibility chi m is always positive. For diamagnetic materials, the susceptibility is negative. And next, magnetic permeability, the magnetic permeability less than 1 for the diamagnetic material, where greater than 1 for the paramagnetic material. Now see, ferromagnetic materials. Here the first two properties are similar to the paramagnetic materials. That is, first one is, individual constituents have net magnetic moment of their own. Means that material is having its own dipoles. Okay, when this second point is, when this material is placed in an external magnetic field, those are that material is magnetized very strongly, but whereas paramagnetic material is magnetized feebly. Feebly means that is less magnetism, but whereas ferromagnetic material is magnetized strongly. And next, the third point is, the magnetic field lines are passing through that specimen. Why? Because it is a strong magnetic material. Due to that reason, number of field lines are passing through that specimen. And next one is susceptibility. Susceptibility is positive and small for paramagnetic material, but whereas susceptibility of ferromagnetic material is positive and large. Why? Because it is having much degree of the magnetization. When it is placed in a magnetic field, it gets more strengthened. Due to that reason, this material is having the positive susceptibility and it is large. If the susceptibility is large, then permeability is also more. This is in thousands, 10,000 like that. So the permeability of ferromagnetic material is large. Okay, these are the properties of the ferromagnetic materials. That is, once again see, the first one is, individual constituent have net magnetic moment of their own. Means it have its own dipoles. Next one is, whenever the ferromagnetic material placed in the external magnetic field, it is strongly magnetized. Okay, whereas paramagnetic material is feebly magnetized. Next one is, magnetic field lines are passing through the specimen as paramagnetic material. Next one is, the susceptibility is positive and very large because it is strongly magnetized material. Next one is, permeability is also much greater than 1. So these are the properties of dia, para and ferromagnetic materials. Generally they are going, if they are asking the 5-mark question, you have to write these 5 points for any material. If they are going to ask the differences, now we are going to discuss about the difference in the between dia, para and ferromagnetic materials in a table. See the differences between magnetic materials. The first difference is, when diamagnetic material is placed in a magnetic field, it poorly magnetized. Means its magnetic field strength is very less, so it is magnetized very purely. But whereas the paramagnetic material is placed, it is feebly, remember the term, feebly magnetized. Feebly magnetized means the strength is less. So next, ferromagnetic material is placed in a magnetic field, it is strongly magnetized. So the first difference is, when diamagnetic material is placed, that is poorly magnetized, but paramagnetic material is placed, that is feebly magnetized. When ferromagnetic material is placed, it is strongly magnetized. The second point is, observe the field lines. Here, through diamagnetic materials, the field lines are not passed. Coming to the para and ferromagnetic materials, the external field lines are passing through them, because diamagnetic material dipoles are aligned opposite to the external magnetic field, but whereas para and ferromagnetic materials, their dipoles are aligned along the magnetic field. Due to that reason, in the first case the field lines can be repelled, in the second case field lines are passed through that magnetic materials. See the next difference, third and fourth, very very important. Remember those. The susceptibility of diamagnetic material is always negative. The susceptibility of paramagnetic material is positive and small. Susceptibility of ferromagnetic material is positive and large. Whereas the permeability of diamagnetic material is less than 1 because psi m is susceptibility negative. The permeability of the paramagnetic material is just greater than 1 because the susceptibility is small, whereas ferromagnetic materials permeability is very high, so because the susceptibility is very large. Okay, so due to that reason diamagnetic material cannot magnetize, paramagnetic material is feebly magnetized, and ferromagnetic material is strongly magnetized. So these are important differences. Now we see what are the examples for these magnetic materials. See the examples for this magnetic materials, that is diamagnetic materials are copper, gold, quartz, mercury, water, alcohol and hydrogen. So these are the some examples for the diamagnetic material. You can remember any two because they are going to ask this in 1 mark or 2 mark question. What are the examples for diamagnetic or paramagnetic or ferromagnetic? So you have to remember any two. Next, paramagnetic material examples are aluminum, platinum, chromium, manganese and copper sulfate. Similarly, the examples for the ferromagnetic material are iron, nickel, cobalt and alloys of the iron and nickel. Okay, so these are certain examples for the dia, ferra and ferromagnetic materials. Okay, so if they are going to ask 5 mark question, then you have to write these 5 points, no problem. So generally the question they are given, explain the about ferromagnetic materials, just you have to write these 5 points. Okay, so in this chapter we have only 2 5 mark questions. One is the bar magnet as equivalent of the solenoid as equivalent of the bar magnet. Next one is write the properties of ferromagnetic materials. They are generally using, they are going to ask these two questions as 5 mark questions. Okay, now once again see the differences. Diamagnetic materials not magnetized, paramagnetic materials feebly magnetized, whereas ferromagnetic materials are strongly magnetized. Now the diamagnetic materials field lines cannot pass through the material. In para and ferromagnetic materials field lines can be passed through the specimen. And third point is very very important, third and fourth points, because you have to remember in the 2 mark question they are going to ask. Okay, now the susceptibility of the diamagnetic material is negative, whereas permeability is less than 1. Paramagnetic material susceptibility is positive and small, then the magnetic permeability is greater than 1. So for ferromagnetic material the susceptibility is positive and very large. Due to that the permeability is much greater than 1. This is in thousands. Okay, remember that. The examples for diamagnetic material, remember any two: copper, gold, quartz, mercury, water, alcohol, hydrogen. The examples for paramagnetic materials: aluminum, platinum, chromium, manganese, copper, sulfate. And the examples for iron, ferromagnetic materials: iron, nickel, cobalt and their alloys. The next concept is Curie's law of magnetism. In this we have the two questions. One is explain Curie's law, second one is Curie's temperature. Don't confuse in this. Curie's law different, Curie's temperature difference. Okay, once you have to see the question, what they ask the Curie's law or Curie's temperature. First see Curie's law. The Curie's law is nothing but the magnetization of a magnetic material is directly proportional to magnetic field and inversely proportional to the temperature. This is called Curie's law. What is the Curie's law? Curie's law is the magnetization of a magnetic material is directly proportional to the magnetic field B and inversely proportional to the magnetic temperature, inversely proportional to the temperature. So from that what we write? The magnetization M is directly proportional to B by T. What is the meaning of that one? If magnetic field is more, then magnetization is more. But temperature is increases. What happened? Magnetization is decreases. Okay, that temperature can be called as Curie temperature. So here we are going to define the Curie temperature now. Now see what is the Curie temperature. Here we know that the magnetization is inversely proportional to the temperature. When temperature increases, the magnetic property of material will be decreases. So for example, if you take a ferromagnetic material, if the ferromagnetic material temperature increases, its magnetization is decreases, means it become the paramagnetic material. If you take the paramagnetic material, if temperature increases, its magnetism is losses and it become diamagnetic material. So from that we are going to define Curie temperature is the temperature at which ferromagnetic material become paramagnetic material. Remember, Curie's law different, Curie temperature different. What is Curie's law? The magnetization is directly proportional to magnetic field and inversely proportional to temperature called Curie's law. Whereas Curie temperature means the temperature at which ferromagnetic material become paramagnetic material. The temperature can be called as Curie temperature. Okay, so now this is the concept related to dia, para, ferro, magnetic materials and at which temperature those materials can lose their magnetism. Okay, in the next session I complete this lesson, that is hysteresis loop and permanent and electromagnets we discuss in the next session. In the next session we complete this lesson.